15 rounds for the World Light Heavyweight Championship. Foster's 11th defence of the title, won against the late Dick Tiger in 1968. The hardest task that Finnegan has ever faced. Finnegan, southpaw style, he leads with his right. Look at this extraordinary height and reach of Foster. 6 feet 3.5 inches. He's about 3.5 inches taller than the challenger. Finnegan, with Irish ancestry on his mother and father's side, wearing a shamrock on the right leg and the Union Jack on the left leg of his trunks. Foster said, while he was training, that the referee, Roland Dakin, wouldn't be needed to add up the card at the end. He'd win this inside the distance. And the odds against Finnegan really do say that too. And Finnegan clearly has got to do a bit of running here in the early rounds if he wants to survive to the later stages. And if he gets to those later stages, who's to say whether the strength in Foster's legs at the age of 33, whether that strength might begin to leak out of the legs. And if it did, then that might be Finnegan's chance. Foster specializes in the left hook and the straight right, and he's knocked men out with both punches. Foster's first really big left jab's getting through to the face of Finnegan. Finnegan, who is suspect around the right eye. He's had a lot of trouble in the past with cuts and swellings on the right eye. And that could well be where the greatest danger for him will lie in the early stages. You can see the difficulty that Finnegan is going to have getting near enough to him to land a telling punch. This man seems to reach out for you, and when he gets you, there's an awful lot of power behind the punch. But it's a fairly quiet opening round. So Finnegan of Britain comes through the opening round without having found too much trouble. Poker face Bob Foster from Albuquerque, who throughout his training has maintained this discreet attitude that there is no doubt he is going to win. Foster looking for him, and Finnegan will be trying to hide. We haven't seen a right at all yet from Foster. We saw one there, a short one. And Finnegan scampered away from those ropes. Finnegan's a pretty shrewd sort of character. He's got a good boxing brain, but he's going to need it all tonight. Foster explodes those punches. He really does look the part of a good world champion. Certainly the best there's been since Archie Moore. Foster working to cut him off and to cut him down as well. Finnegan getting his left hand to work in the face of Foster, and Foster ignores it. Finnegan tries to open this up. He could well find a lot of trouble. Finnegan chances his arm with the left. Not a bad round for Finnegan. Foster can hear this crowd roaring their appreciation of the way Finnegan went after him with the left hand. Well, that was a good effort by Finnegan, who is completely undisturbed by the reputation of Foster. Not overawed, has not been apprehensive, and hasn't done as much running as one might have expected. In fact, in that round he went looking for Foster. That can be a risky game to play. Gets all the encouragement from this Wembley crowd, and he'll need that and more besides. Finnegan working away from the left hand of Foster all the time. Finnegan gaining in confidence, using his legs well, using every inch of this 20-foot ring. Oh, there's the right hand, one jolting right hand. As Finnegan moved in, Foster had been waiting to put that one across. And there's the best reminder you could want of how dangerous this man is. Foster's corner now urging their man to come forward more. Finnegan took that right hand well. Foster's got the right cocked low now, waiting to fire it again. And you get the impression that Foster hasn't yet really opened up. And he's waiting with that right, and there it is. to work to stay to the later stages here. Well, he's not putting up a bad show. Chris Finnegan, 28 years old, and it might be worth putting in a reminder at this stage that he's already gone further than Vicente Rondon, the former WBA World Light Heavyweight Champion, went with Bob Foster. He only lasted a round and a half. Round 4 coming up. Finnegan already has felt the full power of those jolting left leads, and he's felt what looked like one of Foster's best rights as well, and he's taken them well. Grease on the left eye of Foster. This is a suspect eye of his. He's had trouble with it in the past. In Finnegan's case, it's the right eye that gives him trouble. There's the right hand, and Finnegan very nearly went there, and if those ropes hadn't been there to hold him up, he might have been over. This man strikes with the speed of a cobra, built like a giraffe, but the speed of a cobra. One wonders how many of those right hands Finnegan can afford to take. There's a cut now appeared on Finnegan's face, and that's been put there by the right hand. It's down the left-hand side of his face, underneath the eye. This man Foster used to work in a bomb factory, and he looks as though he's carried some of those bombs out of the factory and stored them away in his gloves. Finnegan not nearly so sprightly as he was, and the legs not moving so fast as they were. Noticeably now, Finnegan more hesitant to come to his man. Turn quickly away from the arms of Foster and get back to the safety of the corner. Sam Burns, the manager, on the left outside the ropes. Freddie Hill, the trainer, inside the ropes. All of them very concerned about the welfare of Finnegan now, and rightly so. He must keep out of trouble in these early rounds. And hope against hope that Foster's legs begin to tire. Determined to go looking for Foster. Foster working there with the inside of the glove on the inside. Well, at least Foster knows now there's going to be no easy collapse by Finnegan. Finnegan boxing well. Pulling out the best from himself, as he often does on the big occasion. This is how he won his gold medal in Mexico. Boxed above himself there, and he's doing it again here. Foster's mouth coming open. Being made to work quite hard here by Finnegan. Foster's breathing hard. Working well in this round. He's taking a lot of punches on the gloves, or else he's out of distance. And he's putting one or two of his own in too. It's the best round so far Finnegan's had. Two good ones there from Finnegan. Foster's talking to Finnegan in the clinch. He nearly hit somebody 3 rows back. That's a good round for Finnegan, and Foster's beginning to breathe hard. And maybe the man in the other corner is surprising Foster a little bit. Maybe this world light heavyweight title fight of Wembley now beginning to boil up into something very interesting, as Finnegan stands there with him, having successfully come through 5 and taken some of the champion's best shots, and making the champion move fast to get to him. Foster now working very, very hard indeed to land a big one on Finnegan, and finding now that a lot of his punches are being blocked or evaded. Pulling out a lot more in this round. Really trying to get on top again. Good right hand. Foster unmarked. Finnegan stealing some applause there with those light right hands. A good left hand from Finnegan. It's the best shot he's landed, and Foster took it well. don't like it. That was a good performance again there by Finnegan. Well, we've got one really good light heavyweight championship of the world on our hands here now. And at this stage, there can't be all that much in it. I think Foster's a shade ahead, but not by that much. So the chase begins again. This lofty man from Albuquerque, New Mexico, Foster, comes stalking forward, always hunting. Finnegan at times proving an elusive quarry, but every now and again soaking up one of these big right-hand bombs that Foster specializes in. But the interesting thing so far is that Finnegan has shown himself capable of taking Foster's best punches, and maybe they won't come quite as hard the further this fight goes. Bouncing around this ring as though the fight's just started. That's a good right from Foster. He walked onto that one, went inside, and he got caught. But Finnegan has got guts, and he still tries to come back. He's prepared to trade on with Foster. So Finnegan putting up the fight of his life against this great light heavyweight champion of the world. It's a great performance by Chris Finnegan. He's pulling the very best out of himself and forcing Foster to pull the best out of himself. But Foster carries the big one. Finnegan doesn't. But the British champion is going to fight until he drops. Another great effort there by Finnegan. So if Foster thought he had an easy one tonight, he's been disillusioned now. It isn't going to be easy, and he's going to have to fight all the way for victory. This is that Foster hasn't opened up the right eye of Finnegan, which has been opened up by lesser fighters than Foster. Finnegan has great reserves of stamina. He's a boy with a very slow pulse beat, and that always gives you stamina. And Finnegan has got plenty of it. Foster's taken a backward step in this fight. Always hunting. Left and a right. Finnegan swayed away, but he was knocked away as well. Tremendous performances by Finnegan. Bleeding from the nose, but giving as good as he's getting. Foster's piling it on, but the harder he puts it in, so the harder Finnegan fights back, but Finnegan is taking a lot. Round 8, and it's not a good one for Finnegan, but he's game. Very nearly punched to a standstill at the end of that one, Finnegan. The worst one he's had so far. Now we'll see how much the 8th took out of Chris Finnegan. Because Foster, I would think, now is sure to put on a big attack here, to try to capitalise on what happened in the last one. Good left hand that was. Stropped across the face of Foster. And another one. You really couldn't ask any more than this from Finnegan. He's produced as good as anything he's ever done, probably better. But is it going to be enough? Again, thudding its way through the defences of Finnegan. But there would have been a lot of challenges on the floor by this stage, and Finnegan hasn't been down yet. Does keep coming back, Finnegan. He's giving this man plenty of trouble. And Foster is having to work every inch of the way. Foster can't have had many harder challenges than this. Well, this really is a tremendous performance by Finnegan, who soaked up all the best shots that Foster can throw at him. and hasn't really looked like going down once he was slammed into the ropes. But apart from that, he's never looked like buckling. But he's got another 6 to go, and that's a long, long time against a man who punches as hard as Foster. So whatever else happens in this fight tonight, this will be remembered as a great performance in Britain by Chris Finnegan, 28 years old. Has been drawn from Finnegan. A lazy looking right hand that was, and an almost lazy way that Finnegan went down. Now this is the first real crisis for Chris, and he tries to fight back, but now he surely must be going. Foster looks to his corner. No more moving from Finnegan now. He's just got to slug it out from where he is. And still he picks up points off the face of Foster. The gameness of this British champion is really memorable. But it must be only gameness now. The red lights now really flashing for Finnegan. That right hand is getting through too often. Trapped on the ropes. And he looks like a man in a daze. And he comes looking for Foster at the end of the tenth. So there it was. It took to round 10 before we saw the first knockdown of the fight. And Foster now perhaps feeling that the fight is within his grasp now at any time for the 11th successful defense. An all-time record in the light heavyweight division. Signals flash early on in the 11th for Finnegan. Foster now looking a little more jaunty, stepping a little more sprightly after that 10th round success. Look at the bounce in Foster now. There's blood on Finnegan's face. His left eye's gone, I think. And that's not the one he usually has trouble with. of the left eye, Finnegan. Foster now dances around in front of Finnegan like some black ghost, haunting him and taunting him as well. And the crowd don't like it because Foster's looking flashy now. Arms down. Almost as though he's saying to Finnegan, I've got you now, and there's nothing but nothing you can do about it. And there's no doubt about it. The champion is teasing Finnegan now, and that's what the crowd think of it. Touch of the Muhammad Ali now in Foster. The taunting of the victim. And a big attack being set up in the closing seconds of the 11th by Foster. And Finnegan really couldn't do much about it in that round. And he's cut over the left eye. Finnegan a little slow to come off the stool. And of course what has to be remembered in all this is how well Foster can go this sort of distance at the age of 33. It's not been an easy fight for Foster. And here he is in the 12th, bouncing around on those aging legs. Legs like matchsticks, but seem to be made of spring steel. And there isn't a lot of hope left in this now for Finnegan. That 10th round just about decided it. Notice how little of the ring Finnegan is using now, whereas before he was using it all. He's got a bruise coming up underneath the left eye, his nose is bleeding, the cut above his eye is bleeding. And Finnegan now is soaking it up, but still gamely coming forward. Foster content to bide his time, put the odd one in, try to keep his man on the end of the left and wait for the chance to sling the right. nonchalant Foster that goes back to his corner. Strangely content now, just to stay on top, keeping command. Finnegan, gamely striving here to get back into this against Foster. But it's all steeply uphill now. And I doubt if he's got the strength to mount any real attacks now that can change the course of a fight which seems to me inevitably to have gone right against him. Every now and again, that sharp reminder from Foster of what a good champion he really can be when he wants to be. Well, you award the marks for courage to Chris Finnegan. Still not a bad fight being put up by Finnegan in the 13th, when it had all looked over by the 10th. What a hard round this is to have been produced at this stage of the fight. Finnegan is cut on the right eye now as well as the left. Oh! Two shattering punches there from Foster. And Chris takes them well. This man's strength is astounding. And through all this trouble and pain, he still tries to box his way back. What a superb effort this is by Chris Finnegan. Cut now above both eyes, nose bleeding, marked underneath the left eye. But has put all his courage, all his strength, and all his technique into this attempt to win the world light heavyweight title from one of the great modern champions. Let's just have another rather painful reminder, painful for Finnegan, of these punches that he took. There was the right, and Foster found time to bring the left up as well. And how Finnegan stayed up, I don't know. 2 rounds to go. Pain and punishment all the way for Finnegan now.
Seconds out, round 14.
And this crowd at Wembley now really roaring Finnegan back into this. But he's a long, long way behind. Foster's got just 2 rounds here. Foster's got 2 rounds to fulfill the boast that the referee wouldn't be needed to tot up the points. And Finnegan very nearly put down there by another savage attack, and he goes, and this is probably the finish. I don't think even Chris Finnegan has got anything left now. He's counted out. Round 14, it had to be. He had nothing left to offer, but what a marvellous, marvellous challenge it was by Finnegan. And what a great champion Bob Foster really is. And Finnegan is still down there because there isn't the strength in him to get him up off the floor. Bob Foster, 33 in 55 seconds of the 14th round, keeps the World Light Heavyweight Championship. And the crowd at Wembley sets up a tremendous roar of appreciation for the gallant challenger, Chris Finnegan.
Gentlemen, please, in 55 seconds and on the count out in the 14th round, Foster is the winner.
Bob Foster proves himself to be the great world champion we knew he was. He was right, they didn't need the referee. And Finnegan has proved himself to be a really worthy challenger. After that great reception for Chris Finnegan, we can see again how it all ended.